On tonight's programme, Mel is one of the lucky ones. She survived a stroke, but there's a warning that Wales is woefully unaware of the impact of the condition. Also on the programme, the controversial Halloween attraction that's leaving parents horrified for all the wrong reasons.
There's not a lot there, I don't think. It's like they make it look really good online as well.
It's £82 for four people, and then obviously you pay for the rides as well when you get in.
Plus, meet the new generation of swimming teachers hoping to turn the tide on uptake of the sport. And when it comes to exploring the Black Mountains, we find out that this is the only way to travel. Hello, good evening and welcome to the programme. Strokes are the fourth leading cause of death in Wales, and every year around 7,500 people experience them. Many are left with permanent disabilities. But despite the condition affecting so many people, there are warnings tonight that Wales is woefully unaware of the impact of strokes, and there isn't enough treatment and care. Well, now the Stroke Association is calling on the Welsh Government to introduce specialist stroke centres that can deal with emergencies 24/7. Isa Farfor has been speaking to a survivor and has tonight's top story.
Good morning, Mel. How are you?
Oh, not so bad.
For 60-year-old Mel Jones, life changed completely after she suffered not one, but two strokes within a year.
I can't write properly now.
Mel was treated quickly both times, but when she left hospital, the real struggle began.
Very frustrating, really frustrating, because your brain can't tell you what you want to say. It doesn't say what I need to say, but it's really frustrating.
It took more than a year before she could access physiotherapy. Things began to improve when she was referred to the Stroke Association.
Made it better. Two days a week, it was lovely. My speaking language, I got some confidence with speaking language, because it was bad. My speech was really bad, but it's better now.
And Mel's experience isn't unique. A new survey found nearly 70% of people in Wales didn't know stroke is the leading cause of adult disability. Every day, 240 people in the UK wake up to the impact of stroke, unable to move, see, speak, or even swallow. So every minute counts when it comes to spotting the signs of stroke. Remember the FAST test: face weakness, arms weakness, speech problems. So it's the time to call 999.
I don't think it's underestimating it to say that stroke care is in crisis at the moment in Wales. And I think what we're seeing from our research is that people just don't understand that not only is stroke a timely treatment that needs that quick medical attention, it's also something that the effects can last for a long time. So it needs that ongoing support after stroke as well.
The Welsh Government says we are prioritising access to faster life-saving treatment for those affected by stroke and working to improve rehabilitation so stroke survivors and their families have the best chance to rebuild their lives. For Mel, progress is slow but steady, and she knows recovery takes time.
A bit better, a lot better now, because speaking language have started getting that better now.
And campaigners say with better rehab and support, more stroke survivors in Wales could get the chance to live more, not just survive.
And Isa joins me now. Isa, we've all seen the campaigns over the years, and we probably all know a friend or family member who's had a stroke, and yet there's still that lack of awareness about them.
Well, yes, absolutely, John. We saw Mel's recovery journey, and it really shows how tough life after a stroke can be. This new research from the Stroke Association reveals nearly 7 in 10 people in Wales don't realise stroke is the UK's leading cause of complex adult disability. While survival rates are improving, campaigners say it's the aftercare that makes all the difference. The right treatment means the difference between being on a wheelchair for life or walking out of hospital the next morning. At the same time, some of the most specialist treatments only available in Cardiff 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, creating what they call a postcode lottery for a life-saving service. So the Welsh Government says it's focusing on improving access to faster life-saving treatment and rehabilitation. And only this summer they created a new orange category for 999 calls with the aim of speeding up and improving care for patients with strokes. So now Mel was lucky to get the treatment quickly, but she had to wait for more than a year for physiotherapy. So if you or someone you know is at risk, it's really important to remember the signs: face, arms, speech. Time to call 999 because every minute counts.
Some great advice there, Issa. Thanks very much indeed. Thousands of people across Wales are missing out on an average of £4,300 a year through pension credits. Research by the Department for Work and Pension show 36% of eligible pensioners in Wales are yet to claim their pension credits, which can be worth over £100 a week. A trial is being conducted by the DWP to boost uptake of the benefit. With bonfire night just around the corner, people are being urged to take extra care during celebrations. There are fresh warnings about the dangers posed by lighting bonfires and fireworks, as last year the Welsh Ambulance Service received more than 1,999 calls on bonfire night. And Aberystwyth's been named Wales's first City of Literature. The accolade from UNESCO means it joins more than 50 cities across the globe recognised for their contribution to literature. Even though Aberystwyth isn't a city, the UN organisation praised the town and the wider county of Ceredigion. Now, a controversial Halloween attraction in Cardiff Bay has had mixed reviews this week, with some customers comparing it to Scotland's viral Willy Wonka experience, you may recall. A family ticket for the Cardiff Halloween Festival costs almost £60, but a number of visitors complained it wasn't the treat they'd been hoping for. Well, Richard Morgan is there for us tonight as tours continue. Richard, a bad week for the organisers, really.
Well, that's right, John. Yes, you can probably see behind me visitors queuing up to get on board the Ghost ship, which carries them across Cardiff Bay Barrage before they disembark at Halloween Island. Now, the company website for this attraction promises a lot. It says there'll be spellbinding shows, spooky games and curious activities over on Halloween Island. But some visitors have been left underwhelmed, with one reviewer comparing it to Chernobyl and another saying the entrance to the attraction resembled a queue for a COVID jab. Well, as you mentioned, it's £60 for a family ticket, and we spoke to one mum who felt she hadn't had value for money.
Bearing in mind I paid over £60 to get into the resort, to then be surprised to find out I had to pay extra money for further events inside the actual park itself. And the rides were very expensive. It was £3 a go to go down a slide, basically. I was expecting that there would be people dressed up, actors, more games, more entertainment for the children. I was also expecting it to all come as a package because we paid quite a lot of money for the tickets.
Well, the weather admittedly hasn't been great in Cardiff Bay today, but when we caught up with some visitors earlier, they also had some reservations about what they'd seen.
There's not a lot there, I don't think. It's like they make it look really good online as well with the ghost ship and that, but it's, as you can see, it's just a normal ferry that you get on.
It's £82 for 4 people, and then obviously you pay for the rides as well when you get in. So yeah, I think it should all be 3. Once you get in, you've paid £82, but I don't think you should have to pay for rides as well.
Oh dear. What have the organisers got to say, Richard?
Well, John, they admitted that they'd had a rocky opening day last Saturday, but since then they say things have been running smoothly, adding, "We recognise that not every visitor's experience will be the same, but we've received a great deal of direct, positive feedback from families who've loved their time with us." So some positive reviews for Halloween Island, but love it or loathe it, the attraction is to shut its doors after tonight's show, as the organisers would put it on the website, vanishing into the mists for another year. John.
OK, Richard Morgan in Cardiff Bay, thanks very much indeed. Next tonight, a new generation of teenage Muslim swimming teachers is emerging in Newport as part of a push for inclusivity in the activity. The initiative comes as research shows Muslim women face some of the highest barriers to participation in the pool. Miriam Hyde reports.
Making a splash in more ways than one. These are the girls helping to turn the tide on sports inclusivity in Wales. In Newport, Amira, Khadija and Fatiha have just finished a coaching session.
Hey everybody, today we're going to be doing breaststroke. I feel like being a swim instructor is such like a topic that's so unheard of in our community, and I feel like it's definitely important for us to start doing this job, and especially people that look like me, because they've never done this sort of thing before that much compared to other people.
And these instructors are not just breaking the surface, but breaking barriers too.
Having a Muslim teacher there is really good, but having a woman there too is also really important. Makes them feel more comfortable. A lot of them are hijabis, so they wear a scarf and they feel, a bit uncomfortable to take it off in front of male teachers. So having a female there is so much more better for them.
And Fatiha has seen firsthand the impact this has had.
I have so many younger cousins and friends, and I just know that since I've been doing this, they've not only asked for me to help them learn, but they've pursued an interest in wanting to do this too.
This programme is one of a kind in Wales, designed to tackle the real challenges many face when it comes to stepping into the pool. Because while people like Amira feel confident swimming in public, not everyone feels the same way. That's why Kid Care for You also runs woman-only sessions. These are staffed entirely by women, and participants can wear whatever makes them feel most at ease, as the founder Rushna explains.
A space where you can come and swim without any barriers, without thinking 10 times, when I go in, will it compromise my cultural beliefs, my religious beliefs? Sometimes it may not be cultural or religious, it might be something personal. So spaces are inclusive and you feel that sense of safety and belonging without being judged.
But this issue goes far beyond the pool. For many Muslim women, it's not just swimming that feels out of reach, but sport more generally.
Research by the Muslim Sports Association found that 97% of women surveyed wanted to increase their participation in sports, but nearly half said the facilities weren't appropriate for them.
It's centres like Newport Live that are working to change that. And Rushna's hoping others take note.
Leisure facilities, sports centres, they need to engage with the community. It has to be a two-way conversation to understand. And I think that sort of the very simple thing of talking, communicating, it does lift barriers up.
Creating safe, inclusive spaces isn't just about facilities, it's about people. Because with the right support, change doesn't just ripple, it makes waves. Miriam Hyde, ITV News, Newport.
Still to come, Ruth, you promised us a frightful forecast and you have more than delivered.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, in the spirit of the season, I can only apologise, but without trying to spook you anymore, there's more chilling weather to come, and I mean literally, of course. And of course, it wouldn't be Halloween without pumpkins, and Hannah, you certainly have plenty of them this evening.
Yes, that's right, Ruth. Join me live at the UK's very first pumpkin village. It's the first time we've ever seen something like this in Britain before. But to be honest, I'm a little bit scared because I don't know what's going to jump out at me. Join me live later in the programme.
But before that, Nelson Mandela is without doubt one of the greatest figures of the 20th century. But you might not know about his links to Wales. As Ian Lang now explains, a town on the North Wales coast played a big part in his story and has a special place in the hearts of an African nation.
It was a night of music and celebration to highlight the enduring bonds of friendship between a small town on the North Wales coast and a great African nation. Indeed, the link between Colwyn Bay and the Democratic Republic of the Congo is not really that well known, even in the town itself. It dates back to the 19th century and the founding of an educational centre for African students in Colwyn Bay known as Congo House by the Reverend William Hughes, a visionary clergyman. Many went back to become leaders in their homeland. One became a teacher and mentor to Nelson Mandela. Such is the esteem in which Colwyn Bay and Wales are held in the DRC. Guests included Congolese royalty and the country's ambassador.
We think that the legacy of the Congo House is what is also fostering today the cooperation between Wales, UK in general, and the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
We need to teach our children this. We didn't learn this in school. We didn't learn the links between the Democratic Republic of Congo and little old Colwyn Bay. And I think if our children begin to learn and begin to appreciate, I think that the relationship will grow.
Colwyn Bay played a huge part in the birth of a significant nation, a nation which is growing, improving democracy, and becoming richer all the time. And I think Colwyn Bay can build on that with pride and positive reflection. And going forward, I think the possibilities are endless.
But there was a more sombre side, a visit to a cemetery in Old Colwyn to honour the Reverend Hughes and the African students who sadly didn't make it home.
This is only a start of a long journey, because our aim is not just to come and honour them today, but it's a start day of strengthening the relationship between Wales and Congo.
Yes, you know, this is a very hidden history. Many people don't know about it. And there is one pending question, historical question, that we are asking ourselves: who could have been Nelson Mandela without the Congo Institute?
It is an inspiring story of friendship and opportunity across cultures, and it's just beginning. Ian Lang, ITV News, Colwyn Bay.
What an amazing story. You're watching Wales at 6, a reminder of our top story. Strokes are the fourth leading cause of death in Wales, yet tonight there are claims Wales is woefully unaware of their impact and doesn't provide enough care for those who experience them. But the Welsh Government says it is prioritising access to faster life-saving treatment and rehabilitation. And still ahead at 6:30.
Coming up on the ITV Evening News, the pressure piles on Andrew. Mr Mountbatten Windsor is struck from the role of peerage, and Virginia Giuffre's family demand he's investigated further. Well, Andrew's always denied allegations against him, from the Queen's favourite son to being banished to Sandringham. We look at his rise and incredible fall. Plus 30.
You'll be humming it now. But ahead of all that, time for a look ahead to tonight's episode of Coast and Country. And Kelsey is exploring the Black Mountains on horseback, as well as taking in the beautiful scenery. The Grange Trekking Centre is run by the Griffiths family, who started pony trekking back in 1957. The stables there have horses from all sorts of backgrounds and disciplines, who will happily take riders through country lanes and up into the hills.
Oh, hi, Bilberry! Ruby!
It's early morning and breakfast time at the Grange Pony Trekking Centre.
Literally everywhere you look is a horse. 1 horse, 2 horse, 3 horse. I'm losing count.
The trekking centre is run by Jessica Griffith's family and is based in the beautiful Black Mountains.
Mum and Dad started pony trekking in 1957, and I've been doing it ever since, really. My daughters are involved, so it's like the third generation now. There's my mum, myself, and my daughters now doing it. It seems like a way of life, really.
And with a backdrop like this, it's a perfect place to explore on horseback.
Hello. Pop your left foot in the stirrup for me.
Yeah.
Gather at the reins just loosely, a little bit of mane or the front of the saddle, whichever you're more comfortable with.
Saddle, is that okay?
Lovely. So a couple of small bouncy bounces first, and then a launch and land gently.
Oh, it's the launch.
That's it.
Okay,
That's it.
1, 2, 3.
Lovely. And land gently, gently, and pop your foot in the stirrup.
Yeah. Wasn't so bad.
Our trek starts on these narrow country lanes. It's a great way to take in the beautiful landscape at a slower pace. And Cochise seems to be enjoying himself as we head out to the hills.
Well, I can tell that Cochise is definitely a snacker.
Yes,
he loves his snacks.
Love it.
But they've all got their own little personalities, haven't they?
Massively. They've all come from different places beforehand. Nearly all of them. Some of them were bred here at the Grange, and then lots of them have had literally entire lives beforehand. And like the age where they become suitable for an all-rounder, so a nice steady trek, is what other people might consider retirement.
With the odd spatter of raindrops and darkening clouds, it's time to head back to the stables. But nothing can put a damper on today's adventure.
I absolutely loved that. I mean, I haven't been pony trekking since I was a kid, and it was just as good as I remember it, if not more. I mean, this guy was an absolute dream. Thank you, Cochise.
And you can see more on that on Coast and Country. That's tonight at 7 o'clock here on ITV Cymru Wales, hosted by none other than Ruth, who's here by magic.
It's magic, that, isn't it? That telly, I tell you.
Good to see you in the studio, because normally on Halloween you're out and about and
Yeah, I think it's in the rules. It's in the rules. So this year I've either done something very, very good or very, very bad. But having seen the weather out there, I'm actually very, very glad. But actually, it got me thinking about Halloweens of years gone by, a bit of a nostalgic trip. This was about 10 years ago, and that little mummy there, his actual mummy had decorated the house, and he was so scared he wouldn't go into his own house unless I carried him in. And I think he was also having a bit of a wardrobe malfunction. He was unravelling. His bandages were unravelling as we speak. So yeah, 10 years ago. Gosh, dark hair there as well, John. Oh. Terrifying, isn't it? Oh, this was a good one. Now, that was the remnants of the last weather presenter who got the Halloween weather wrong. Yellow coat, forgotten I had that coat. Wear that on Coast and Country quite a lot.
Take that out, take that out again.
I quite like that one. I'm going to have to resurrect that one. And my personal favourite is the year we got to the pumpkin village and there weren't any pumpkins left. Oh. Now then, I've handed over the Halloween baton to Hannah. Hannah, are you okay? We were a bit worried you were scared earlier.
I definitely was, Ruth, yes. I had a bit of a trick or treat, didn't I? I'm actually at one of the twilight sessions here at Clearwell Farm, so called because they're very spooky and far too spooky for children, apparently. Only adults allowed. As you can see, I am right in front of the pumpkin village with the sign there changing colours, just indicating how important this fixture is this year. It's been very popular with visitors from across the country. From above, it looks like something from a fairy tale, but there's no mistaking the orange of the pumpkins. The houses are made from wood and straw, and they've all been built by hand. It's been months in the planning, but it wasn't finished until 3 o'clock in the morning on the day of opening. It's a good job the children have appreciated the hard graft.
The kids are loving it. They're loving jumping in muddy puddles and seeing all the scary things.
It's something for the kids to do, and it gets a bit of exercise as well.
To be honest, the structures are fabulous. I was like just saying to these two, maybe they should get married in Pumpkin Church. Good job I bought my mellies though today.
The weather's played a bit of a trick on Halloween, but it hasn't dampened spirits at the pumpkin windmill. Put a coat on, and it's not a bad way to spend half term.
Here we are. It's Halloween today.
Finally, yeah, we're here. I think we're all on countdown now, for the big event tonight. People have been waiting for this final day just to bring, I think, their children here for Halloween. Lots of people have dressed up as well today, which is great to see. They're all getting their face painting done as well. So yeah, I think it's been really exciting for them all.
The aim was to grow 25 varieties of pumpkins here for the children to enjoy, and they don't seem to be afraid to get among the spooky characters either. Well, I've got my pumpkin to carve this evening from the Tavern building. Now you can see the pumpkins all around the buildings here. There were 2,708 pumpkins needed to build every part of this village, and 10,000 pumpkins here at the beginning.
In fact, they've only just had enough. The dry spring and summer saw just 15,000 pumpkins grow successfully. They'd planted 50,000.
The pumpkins had a head start, but what happened is it didn't rain for ages because of the drought. Then all of a sudden we had all this rain, the weeds came just at the same time as the pumpkins, and unfortunately the weeds took off quicker than the pumpkins did, and we ended up losing 35,000 pumpkins to weeds this year. And I know other pumpkin farmers had great years growing them, but for us this year it just did not work out as it should have.
Yet the visitors have kept coming. Organisers promise that next year will be even bigger and better. So watch this space for Halloween 2026.
Well, do not try this at home, because you can see the firewomen here giving us a bit of display, doing their thing for us this evening. But I'm having a bit of a wander around the pumpkin village, and I've got to be honest, I am on edge here, because you saw them jump out at me earlier on. This is Halloween 2025. See what I mean? There's a witch in there and somebody else in the cage. I'm getting a little bit scared, John, because I just don't know what's going to happen. Every move I make, there's always somebody hiding around. So I'm coming down the corner, you know. Oh, there's a clown there, there's a clown. And that's what the adults are facing tonight, John. They've got this experience where, oh, we've even got somebody here. John, I'm going to go. I'll see you a bit later on. Halloween 2025 over and out.
I've got a thought, John. Halloween 2026. It's all Hannah's all over again.
Well, you pulled a blinder staying in the studio.
Can I say thank you very much indeed. But actually, as we've been going down memory lane, I've got my IST list, as I call this. So the warmest Halloween since records began was back in 2016, Trowscoid, 22.2 degrees. The windiest Halloween was in Aberdaron in 2021 with winds of 64 miles an hour. And the wettest, dampest, most miserable Halloween was back in 1965, where we saw 73.7 millimetres of rain. That's quite enough, and enough to put a bit of a dampener on your pumpkin patch. Now then, as far as this Halloween is concerned, well, as you'll have seen, the weather out there at the moment isn't too bad, but it is about to go downhill.
A clear start makes way for a day of ancient discoveries. TUI sponsors ITV Cymru Wales weather.
Well, make the most of the dry weather out there at the moment, because over the next few hours it's going to go downhill with a band of heavy rain that's going to bring squally showers, possibly some rumbles of thunder, some hail and some lightning overnight tonight. Now, the band of rain will clear through eastwards quite quickly, but we've got further heavy showers that will tuck in behind. And this is all thanks to the winds that are still quite strong out there at the moment, starting to drop back a little bit by the early hours of tomorrow morning. But this does keep temperatures on a pretty mild footing, so in many areas remaining in double figures. So temperature-wise tonight shouldn't be too much of an issue, but dodge those showers and just watch out for that breeze if you can. So it is certainly going to be a blustery start to your Saturday, and again, more of the same, further heavy showers tracking eastwards. Breezy, perhaps not as breezy as it has been today, but we're certainly going to know about those downpours. They are going to be hit and miss, and again, lightning strikes, possibly some hail and thunder too. Now, the temperatures tomorrow, thanks to a slight shift in wind direction, something more westerly, are going to feel just that little bit fresher. Above average today, tomorrow, very average, around about 12 or 13. So if you are heading out and about, just wrap up. It is going to be quite chilly. And speaking of chilly, under clear skies through Saturday night, it is really going to drop, so we're certainly going to feel the chill as we wake to Sunday morning. Should be frost-free, but actually quite a decent start to the day. I think Sunday is certainly shaping up to be the brighter day of the weekend, and again, the showers are going to be hit and miss, but less of those showers, so much drier conditions, and again, the temperature's feeling fresher, 11 or 12. But as I've been saying, it's going to be a very unsettled start to next week.
TUI sponsors ITV Cymru Wales weather.
So the weather's not so fine, but can I just say here and now that Hannah is absolutely fine. A bit of a fright, but it is Halloween after all, but she's fine.
I'm emotionally exhausted after that programme.
Can we sit down now?
Hamish Outskerry is back with a quieter bulletin after news at 10. But from all of us on the programme, thanks for watching.